Get to know you a little bit. So, I mentioned you're a business coach. Still works as a business
developer.
consultant. Okay, developer, strategist, and all that.
Yeah.
All right. So, what does it entail for you being a business coach? What does that entail for you?
I think for the coach part, I would say I'm still growing. But for strategy, it's more like finding ways of doing things, delivering things the way people would really appreciate and understand. You know, more like telling brand stories the way people can welcome it. So that's it. For the coaching part actually has to do with your ability and experience in the industry. How many times you failed, who you have seen failed, and how you've recovered, and who you've seen recovered. So you pull that together, and that makes you a coach to some other person coming up.
Yeah. So it's actually, is it what you studied or it's out of passion?
No, it's typically, nobody has been taught how to be a coach. You can be given the formation, the algorithm, the process flow on talking, on how to coach, but the mental attributes come from experience.
Okay, so before experience though, what she means by how you got into it, because we want to know how you got into it. Did you study business, anything business related?
Probably business or something.
Back in
I
school days.
didn't study. I did business later, entrepreneurship, business development and entrepreneurship in a business school. But initially my degree was computer science, electrical to computer science.
Right. So I understand the mental aspect. Okay.
So,
and then for business, the experience works.
Yes. So IT, in working in the IT industry, it was very glaring that a lot of process flow was not properly put together, and so I needed to learn it.
Okay.
So with the passion I had for technology, business came together, and I could use the business innovation, the business process flow to develop technology-based ideas.
Okay.
So over the years, I did a whole lot, and I had to go to school to learn business real time.
Right. But majorly, is it just strictly based on being passionate about it, or any other issues that could have probably made you to refocus your direction down the line of
I think
business?
I would say it's about solving problems. Yeah, if you live in an economy where you have too much of issues, things lingering around, you want to solve as much as you can. And all of them are business-based. Whether you're talking about personal life, relatively to public life, individual differences, they're all business. Relationship, connecting, innovation, attributes of style, everything comes back to business. So if you know how color placement and how you can relatively put those colors together to make a statement, it will help you a long way. So interfacing, basically, the actual sense of life. It's business, so it takes you back to wanting to solve problems.
Just like the IT as well. You actually solve problems with IT.
It's traditionally problem-solving engagement. So once you are engulfed in that, you find out that every time people look stranded, you have an edge.
Right.
So that becomes the interest, enthusiasm that builds your interest more. And some people might call it passion. Okay. It's good.
We're holding you on what you said as regards the being a business coach is not something you learn. It takes experience. So with that, how long have you been in this line of being a business coach or a consultant?
Okay,
all in the line of business.
Pretty much up to 10 years.
Oh, okay. Quite a long
Yeah,
time.
I started as a teenager. Tried out so many things, failed in a lot of them. Had funding, didn't work out.
Okay.
So over time, I tried again. It worked out. Failed in between the line. I tried again. So I saw how to sustain. So just starting is not all that is needed. You need to actually understand how to start, sustain it, drive it, and build it further. The future is, so when you start it, people will congratulate you. Now they're looking at you. How long can you stay here? Then you stay here for some time. You need to actually move to the next ladder. Then you move to the next ladder, you start having the competition of becoming someone who would be extinct over time or would have to build the next future. So all of a sudden, something you thought you had done very well is becoming a new challenge because now you need to build a new future for it. So banking is different now.
Okay. Now, gradually making our way down to the discussion around the topic of the day. We've been talking business, and this program, we love talking about business. So that's good enough. But now let's get into the real stuff. So let's start like this. As regards the business environment in Nigeria, what would you say about it in general, the business and environment in Nigeria? Because when you have interaction with certain people, you don't really hear what you would like to hear. So in your opinion?
I think one of the signs that this economy, the environment here is quite interesting. It's when you keep seeing foreign businesses come in and succeed.
Yeah.
That's one of the signs. So you know that the science of business, it's based on your ability to introduce what you have to the people you are introducing it to. That makes it a good business environment or a bad business environment. But you can say it's tedious because of certain, issues like government policy, power supply, irrational behavior of workers, unprofessionalism, and all of that put together. So that makes it a bit tedious for you. But relatively to activating a business, I think Nigeria is one of the countries that you can wake up overnight and have a business in 2 months. So it's quite a friendly environment for me as a business developer.
Okay.
So if you can deal with every other thing that comes.
Okay, so looking at this business environment now, you actually made mention of foreign investors coming into the country, and it actually booms.
Yeah.
Okay, but same thing is actually applied for Nigerians. You see that business idea that probably they must have started off and within 6 months is dead. Understand? They actually take same idea and go elsewhere, and it actually still booms again. So would you still attribute it to the business environment playing its own role, or what? Because it's favorable for foreigners coming here, and we're also going elsewhere as a foreigner. It's still going to it's going to work out. So would you still say?
But you see, the thing is that the business ideas that we've exported out of Nigeria is not as much as the ones we've imported. Yeah, because the process flow in developing a business outside Nigeria, it takes a lot. Some requirements from the government, their policies, and the business positioning there, your technology might be a bit behind compared to what they're having there. So you find out that it is not Nigerians who come from Nigeria who take businesses out. It is Nigerians who live outside, who have mastered the environment and have understood that this is how it works here. So you will need a little bit of time wherever you are to be able to introduce business that works in that environment, because you typically should know them and have to live like them and understand what they need ahead of what they have right now. So yeah, Nigerians are doing well outside, but very few of them are doing that. So you have the bigger population of enterprise live back home and see more problem every day. So they want to start something. So they have these hindrance in this area, in this area, in this area. And I think also we've actually come home to the popular belief that things shouldn't be this tough.
Yeah.
You carry a phone, you don't know what it takes to put the diagram of what you're using. First of all, someone has been building one prototype for 3 years. And eventually it came out in 2020, and you're like, hey, 2020 model is here. They started designing it 5 years ago. So that's the problem we have in Africa.
Okay. So when you were talking about the business environment, you chipped in here and there some challenges. So let's focus on them. But because of time, major ones in your own experience that you've seen that has really